how could we have not known that they were going to do something back? Obviously, right? So I'm assuming they have plans ready to figure out how to combat that and what have you. I think, and I don't know if this is true. I haven't had a chance to really dig into it, but I don't know. Do we own the airspace of Iran? I don't even know at this point. I've heard so many conflicting stories.
I would say, well, I don't know what you were on that part guaranteeing, but I would say they did. It would seem like they do, but at least Israel claimed they had it 5 days ago. So I don't see why it would be more definite right now. Like that's my guess. Like I don't know.
Right. I mean, I think last night they sent rockets over. That was the first time in a couple days, right? So they still. I'm surprised they still have that ability. They must be under the ground in a sense. I don't know what that looks like. So I'm surprised they
That's what I mean. Like what that looked like. I really would like to know what that looked like. Cause Israel doesn't have control, doing major damage, but yet they're still firing major rockets and drones. I would like to know what that looked like. Where are they firing these things from at this point? But I have no idea. I would like to know what that really looks like in real time.
For all we know, they're not even coming from Iran. They're coming like from Iraq or something. That'd be a sick bag right there, right?
I thought that too. They got to come from somewhere else. But wherever it's coming from, they should see the source right now. Like between the U.S. and Israel should know, unless each new launch is from a different place. You know what I'm saying? We're not launching from here until they destroy that. Then they launch from there. They destroy that. They got to lose. Unless they're doing something like that, which would be wild. But I don't see how they still can launch attack. I would like to understand how that's happening.
Well, speaking of attacks, and I heard Brad earlier that I do have to give some praise to Trump in the fact that he actually executed this literally with no leaks. That is pretty impressive. I mean, especially with how rapid the media is to get on Trump, right? I'm just completely shocked. Nothing came about that was like, okay, we see movement over here, we see movement from various individuals. You know what I mean? Just in general, they're usually able to pick this shit up pretty quickly. And then we didn't have Pete Hegseth leaking shit all over the place, so that helps too. But I'm just saying, the fact that this was executed to a T's, I got to give Trump some credit on that. It could have gotten foul probably pretty quickly. So on that part, since we're speaking of like how people are doing their defenses and offenses on this, I think America once again shows just how superior we are.
One thing I would say for sure, like Iran or no other country to ever trust like some deadline. You know what I'm saying? Like they said they had the next meeting. Israel responded. Well, they had two conflicting things. Trump said 60 days, but yet the meeting was 3 days after. So they used that to keep them off guard to attack. Then Trump told them 2 weeks. He bombed in 2 days. So I think Iran and any other country should not. And I think that's not a good thing when you can't respect diplomacy. I think that's a bad thing because I think a war is going to happen, but diplomacy is necessary. And if you're negotiating in bad faith, I think that's a bad precedent. But either way, I don't think no country should accept some deadline like, well, we got this much time. No, I would not trust that ever again if I was nobody.
Can you hear me right now? I got a phone call.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I can't close the mic anyways right now.
Hey, Craig, pull it to refresh like 2 or 3 times. Your mic should free up.
Yeah, actually worked. Appreciate it. Thank you. No, and this is, I get where you're coming from. Obviously, I think people kind of knew that we were exhausted with trying to make a deal, so to speak. Even though we all think that Trump is going to try to make that extra effort to make a deal. I think he does have his limits too, so I think I'm just going to disagree with you on this one. I do think that the 2-week extra was just buy time to, or make them feel like they have time to do whatever they're doing. And he had no intention for having 2 weeks on the table.
No, I agree with that. I agree that he had no intention. That's why I say that way nobody should trust. Nobody should trust another deadline. Nobody should ever trust.
No, that's fair. No, I think we're kind of basically probably done with that, anyways, for all I know. But I catch that the B-52s with the or B-2s went to Guam to do a distraction. So these are all this warfare, you know. Just to let you know. I mean, I think I'm not blaming Trump for that in that way, and I don't think you were too. I think you're just saying that they have no reason to go along with anything anymore. I got you. Okay. Yeah.
I just want to say that I love to see Akima modded in this space. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm not really a fan of it. I think it's by default. I don't want to be a mod in a place where the main person don't want to be a mod. That's kind of awkward. But I appreciate that, Adams.
How you doing, Adams? Happy Sunday, by the way.
Happy Sunday.
Pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. You know, I don't have to go pick cotton today. You know, I watched a little bit of televangelism, and you know, I'm just day of rest.
Go to sleep, Adam. Like, what the fuck? Go to sleep, bro. Go rest for real. Talk about picking cotton. You ain't never did a hard day's work in your life, Adam. Stop it.
What are you talking about? I threw a party for over 100 people yesterday. Like, that was definitely hard work.
If you call throwing a party for 100 people hard work, I think you can't approve my point. But no shade though. I'm jealous that I don't have that privilege. So I guess that's.
Did we ever, the title of the room, I didn't hear what your opinion was on Akima. You're saying that he had to go to Congress first, or no? What are your thoughts on that right now?
Of course, my understanding, like that War Powers Act, if it's a preemptive strike, he got a right to do it within 60 days. For 60 days. But my problem is, I think the whole preemptive strike is fraud. I don't think they were close to nukes. I don't think they were really going. I think they enriched uranium to the point they did because Trump killed that last deal from Obama, and they were just stuck at under 4%. But I think the preemptive strike, I think they were forcing the position. I think they wanted this to get here so they could do it. I think Iran probably played into their hands. But I don't think it was. I don't think it was a necessary preemptive strike. So under the term, I know he can do certain things. I don't think it's what he's going to try to make it as. I don't buy that story. I could be dead wrong, but I don't buy the story.
Do you think he's doing a regime change? Because he's clearly come out in the last, or at least this morning. Most of them are the administration saying no, they're not doing a regime change. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to make that country so weak that, you know, the people hopefully will be an uprising of sorts, and then they'll attach themselves to a regime change. So it's not, they're putting with the strikes first, and then maybe regime change last, because that's just what they want to do right now.
What I'll say, if they say they're not doing regime, damn, calm down, son. Be happy. I got a happy son. But if they're making the statement that they're not doing regime change, I think this will fall right in the same line of them saying they're going to keep negotiating, or we give you 2 weeks. I think that's just pure fraud. I think they're just trying to stall them out the best they can, but I think this is 100% regime change effort, which I don't think regime change ever works. I don't know where it really works, so I think if that's the case, it's going to be pretty bad.
I'm going to go down the dark road a little bit. I think I'm just going to say this because I think maybe America might be goading Iran to do something, overplay themselves, or goad them into doing something stupid, like literally attacking a U.S. base and hurting U.S. servicemen, which I think is a suicidal run for them, because maybe in a sense that's kind of what we want, because I don't want anybody hurt, obviously, but that way they can literally have justification for going in and finishing the job. And that was the dark side. That's the dark side I don't want. But I do think that's on the table. I think Iran could be on the chopping block. I'm just going to go out there. I'm going down the deepest well here at this point.
I think they're forcing their hand. I think, like I said earlier, I think they're forcing them to attack. I don't necessarily think they're goading them. Like they're putting them in like, you have to attack or you have to step down, kind of like. I think it's like in check. They're saying check, and you got to get the fuck out of check or it's checkmate. I think they have to. I don't think goading. I think they put them in a place where they have to.
Well, Ikema, just imagine the shitstorm if one U.S. soldier dies in this from what they do.
Yeah, I know, and that's what it's going to be framed as Iran attacked America, killed American soldiers, but really, like I said earlier, I would call it self-defense. Like, what else do you want me to do? Like, you're going to attack me at my core, my fundamental core, you're going to attack that. So if I attack back, it's not me attacking, really, just me responding to
I get it. But you gotta think that we've been at war in a sense with this particular regime. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, but
It's not like this
is severe escalation though. Like it's always been like a war, proxy wars with Iran and Israel firing missiles back and they blocking and all. It was always that, but this is a major escalation. What Israel did, man, especially with something, I can say something what both of them did, I believe was a major escalation.
I don't think so. I think that, given the context of the belligerence in this war, what Iran did to support October the 7th is kind of the, final nail in their coffin. I mean, it is what it is. Like, they're toast. They're completely toast.
Adams, I don't see why there's any good outcome for them that they're thinking. I mean, where are they digging up stuff that is there something we don't know about?
Yes. No, it's not a matter of we don't know about it. It's a matter of, like,
no, I mean them. Like,
all of the foreign
good outcome on this.
All of the activism that gassed them up. Like that's honestly the reason why they did this, man. And nobody's paying attention to this. Like they were gassed up by so many freaking liberals in the West, worldwide. So many liberals in the West worldwide. They goaded those people into their own demise, thinking that they could get away with this. Like those are the people who are really to blame. For things kind of, falling as they are. Like, they're the ones that are completely to blame.